In my first two attempts, my mistakes were that I never solved PYP. I thought just learning the concepts will help me out, but that actually did not. Second is that Hindi. There are a lot of Hindi terminologies which I wasn't aware of. What is adhigam and then
Rachnapan.
urdhvagami, adhogami. There were a lot of many concepts. So what did I do? I took a printout because CBSE conducts this exam twice a year. So this is also one of the thing that we keep at the back of our mind that चलो इस बार नहीं तो अगली बार हो जाएगा. What if CBSE doesn't give you chance more than twice or thrice?
Hello everyone, I would like to introduce Ms Archana Tiwari, who cleared her paper 2 math science in the December 2024. So welcome Archana, and I would like you to introduce yourself to everybody.
Hello everyone, very good evening. So I'm Ms Archana Tiwari. I have completed my 12th standard and graduation from Jhunjhunwala College. Then I did my master's from SIS College. Then I did my BEd through Sushila Devi College, which is located in Nairobi. Now, when I talk about my journey through CTET, it was maybe for some people it is quite easy. They go and it gets cleared in first attempt itself. But then for me, it wasn't. Somewhere I felt after attempting I attempted for twice, and in third attempt I felt that since I'm not able to clear my paper 2, now I need a help of a mentor who can actually guide me, show me the right pathway, where am I going wrong, and teach me some techniques of handling the time schedule for the CTET and how do I prepare myself for the same.
So Archana, you're mentioning your CTET journey. One question I want to ask is why were you planning your CTET? Like, why were you giving your CTET? Did your management ask you to give your CTET, or was it because now that CTET is mandatory, although not so much in Maharashtra, you are deciding to qualify yourself?
See, ma'am, when I had joined as an educator at my school, I was in college when I got recruited from the college campus itself. That was the year when the CTET was introduced. But it was not as important as now it is. So I did not give it so much of importance, and then I did not pay attention towards it. But then later in future, when all the organizations started talking about it, even when CBSE itself started about talking about it and mentioning their schools to find out the number of teachers the number of employees they have who are CTET qualified, then there I felt that now it has become mandatory for me to attempt the CTET and clear it out.
Another question, Archana, is that what was the difference? Like you said, you have attempted it. This is your third attempt in which you cleared it. If you think back, what was the difference that you see between the first two attempts and the third? Apart from taking the course itself.
Of course, ma'am, yes. There is a huge difference. In my first two attempts, I never had a plan, like my daily routine plan, which I prepared this time with the help of my mentor, Swasti ma'am. In my first two attempts, I just prepared myself during my Christmas break for that 1 week, 10 days holiday that we used to get. And I did not prepare myself for other subjects. I prepared only myself for CDP and for my mainstream, which is science. Other subjects I did not look into it, and then I had that confidence. Okay, my some basics are clear, and I will be able to manage. So, but then that proved to be wrong actually.
In fact, right now I'm putting up the series on Crack the Language section, and one of my first videos I mentioned that most teachers will not do anything about the language section. They said ki language hai kar hi lenge. We'll go with the flow. So the no preparation and strategy for language takes place. So yes, I understand.
No, but then that is not right. Even strategies are required for every single subject. Because when we study, that's normal. But when we go for any test or exam, the kind of questions which are asked, we should be thorough with the techniques that we need to. And the main thing is that you have to attempt those many questions in the given period of time. The way they ask questions, it is very important to understand within that period of time, and circling those MCQs, the OMR sheet, with the full confidence that what you are marking is right or no.
How did you prepare? Like, you are a mother, you are a teacher, you are a wife, plus all the duties. How did you prepare? Like, this is something which I think all my students want to know, that how do they take out time for this kind of an exam?
So, ma'am, see, it wasn't easy for me. I have spoken to you so many times now. I'm not getting time. How do I manage? I have literally cried a day. I still remember. And my biggest phobia of mathematics, which I could never complete my, my studying and then revision on that. But then yes, I was very much sure that my math is very very weak because mathematics concepts which I haven't touched my concepts from past many years. So I was not confident about mathematics. So I knew this that I have to focus on my other four subjects. So I have to make other four subjects stronger. So my schedule used to be, which I used to take a nap of 1 hour after coming from the school. I stopped doing that. So for 3 months, I did not sleep after coming from school until and unless I was extremely tired or maybe I am sick. Then that because during that 1 hour, I had to prepare for my, evening, my because I am a mother of 5-year-old, so his academics, his classes, then my chores, all those needs to I had to complete because then from 8 o'clock I used to have my class. So I made sure that by 7:30 I am done with my dinner, not preparation along with having my dinner, and then 8 to 9:30 I used to sit for my classes. Then from 9:30, I used to get up and then feeding my son and then preparing for the next day morning. Yes, my days have become like a robot because I had anything else to do with that. Because even when I used to make chapati, I used to keep my recorded videos going on one side and I used to listen to them because really it was not possible to sit for every small thing and then you sit and study. And then every Sunday I started doing my PYPs as suggested by you. So early morning, now like Sunday we all think I should पूरे हफ्ते की नींद हम पूरी करेंगे. So then that also I sacrificed somewhere. And then I used to get up 1.5 hour early, attempt my PYPs, 2 PYPs in the morning and then 2 PYPs in the afternoon. Because then you have your family and then everybody have different expectations. So once I'm done with at least two PYPs in the morning, so I'm satisfied. Okay, I have studied something today, and then entering my kitchen and then other things, and then again during my afternoon nap, again I used to sit for 2 PYPs, and then evening then we used to sit with you for the PYPs discussion.
So excellent. I mean, what I really appreciate is the practical tips you're giving. You gave up on your sleep because if we really start thinking, people are traveling, they have time, then they sometimes they sleep extra. I mean, sleep, of course, you need. So that extra sleep can be given up. A serial that you watch can be given up. So everybody has 24 hours. उसमें से निकाल के I think आधा घंटा 45 minutes निकाल ही सकते हो. Another thing I would like to add out here is that I really appreciate the fact is your sincerity, because whatever said and done, whether you have prepared, not prepared, you would be there, to hear the entire thing. Initially, I'm saying, after that, so you would come prepared. But even when आप हताश नहीं होते थे. A lot of people, I have seen, even you would have seen in the class, they would not be able to do one sum, one question, one PYP, and they'll say, नहीं हमसे नहीं होगा, and they'll give up. So even when you felt like, I remember that maths class where you were like, this is not my cup of tea kind of a thing, but you didn't give up. And the second thing I want to point out from what Archana has said is the concept of strategy. She understood what her weakness was. You knew where I'm not going to be, so even for maths we came up with a strategy that ठीक है जो अगर solving वाले questions को हम थोड़ा छोड़ते हैं कि presume करते नहीं होगा, तो concept पे, pedagogy पे, उस पे काम करो, so that हमारा maths भी clear हो जाए और पूरा CTET भी clear हो जाए. So that strategy part is all very very important, which your sincerity and your कि मैं तो करने ही वाली हूँ, वो जो लेके आपने ठान के आपने किया था कि इस बार तो मुझे क्लियर करना ही है CTET. I appreciate that quality a lot. Okay, and of course you made a very good example of saying that where is it that you can find out time, और अगर हम कोशिश करेंगे, I think everybody can find time. So what was your most difficult paper and what did you find very easy?
See, very easy for me was CTT because the CTT I had prepared in my first 2 attempts as well. So CDP was somewhere where I was knew about the concepts which are there, but still it took me time to be a little more thorough with the concepts which you had given in the notes that you had provided us, and In my first two attempts, my mistakes were that I never solved PYP. I thought just learning the concepts will help me out, but that actually did not. Timings in how much time I could complete that paper. So this is one thing. CDP was quite easy for me. Then second is that science, which I could be even more clear with the concept with the help of my mentor Preeti ma'am. She helped me out a lot with a lot of new concepts and technique and strategies to solve the papers. Second thing is that, and third is English and Hindi, which I felt that okay, it's just about reading and then finding the answer, which actually never it was. And then I started learning grammar, your Google form that you used to share with us for solving. So every day I used to put up a question in WhatsApp group. So I tried, even though I used to be in school, but the moment I used to see your question, by the time I was traveling in the auto, I used to answer those questions whenever I used to find time to answer those questions. But then somewhere I felt while solving those Google form, the grammars were very easy. But then when I used to sit for PYPs, I was again facing the problem with the grammar. I was not able to find the correct answer. Again, I had to go through the concepts again and again and revise them. And my most of the practice used to be with writing because whenever I used to sit with you also for your class, I used to note down my notes. So this is what one thing. Second is that Hindi. There are a lot of Hindi terminologies which I wasn't aware of. What is adhigam and then
Rajnabad.
urdhvagami, adhogami. There were a lot of many concepts. So what did I do? I took a printout that Hindi sheet. I tried to remembering and then revising the terminologies, Hindi and English terminologies, and this actually helped me a lot to understand the questions given in Hindi paper. Because most of the time, when we are not aware of the meaning of the words, then I won't understand the whole question.
I just want to explain out here that what Archana is talking about is the Hindi PDF that I give in my course, where the main vocabulary terms are put out. And this helps a lot because we are not from Delhi and our Hindi is not up to the mark, not the CBSE level. CBSE Hindi is tougher for most Mumbaikars and we are not that conversant. And these specific terminologies are really difficult. So I always mention that if you ask me the same question in English and the same question in Hindi, the English question I will understand, the Hindi question, the same question I will not understand because we don't know the vocabulary. So this is a strategy which has helped all my students clear their Hindi pedagogy successfully. Okay.
Otherwise also, ma'am, I would like to add on here, even though if we know Hindi language, but then speaking Hindi in daily routine is different.
Yes.
Other than, what the terminologies which are given in CBSE books. It is very important to know their meanings and how those terminologies and the terminologies that you had given. I would like to add here, even I had added multiple other terminologies in that sheet itself because when we used to sit for PYP, there were so many other terms which were used in the questions. So I added those terms also, so that helped me out.
Yes. So very good use of notes. That's why I always say take a printout of the notes and keep adding your own stuff because you may understand something more, you might need more help. So just keep adding to that notes and make it your own. So that's an excellent thing that you have done. So finally, I'd like to ask you, as my final two questions. One is, what is the advice that you would give to people who are preparing for the CTET? And the last is, would you recommend me as a mentor?
Of course, ma'am. Why not? इसमें कोई दो राय नहीं है because I still remember the day the result was declared. Every day I used to check the website for the result. I remember 31st December when the message was 1st January when message came the result has been the answer keys have been uploaded. I was out. I immediately came home and then I sat to check my papers. And then I was a little worried seeing my scores because it is always being said that you should always make it up to -3 or 4 marks based on the answer key which is being given. Because the day I gave my exam, I came back and then I was verifying my answers with these videos which are there on YouTube. They solve paper and then they tell you the answers. So there were 4 CDP answers which were given wrong by them. I mean, they said something else and then I had marked something else. But then when CBSE answer key was uploaded on the website, all the 4 answers were right. So there I got +4 extra. and I scored exactly what I had calculated with answer key that CBSE has uploaded. So my some suggestions here are, of course, if you want to achieve something, you will have to sacrifice on certain other things because timing here it's just an excuse of maybe some people really do not have time, but then you will have to take out some time to find out time for yourself. Maybe you can keep certain things aside for coming 2 3 months if you really want to attempt your June CTET and you want to really clear it into first attempt or second attempt or maybe this is your third attempt. So you have to one thing you have to take it as this is the attempt which is the last attempt and then you do not have chance further because this is something there at the back of our mind. इस बार नहीं तो अगली बार सही because CBSE conducts this exam twice a year. So this is also one of the thing that we keep at the back of our mind that चलो इस बार नहीं तो अगली बार हो जाएगा. What if CBSE doesn't give you chance more than twice or thrice? While eating, now all of us have habit of have watching phone while we are eating. So rather than watching something else, any other content, better give your time for. Then third that when you are going for your class, have your handouts ready with you so that you can keep adding your pointers with it. Before you go to the bed, maybe a one theory, one page you can revise every single day. It will take hardly 10 minutes, not more than that. So that will again help you to keep certain concepts in your mind fresh for a longer time. And third, please have a mentor for yourself who can really coach and guide you in right direction. One thing I'll tell you here, for paper 2, we do not need to learn Alankar, which I wasn't aware of, which I got to know from Swasti ma'am. And then in the first two attempts, I used to prepare for everything. For definitely for language, I did not put in so much of effort. But then for paper 2, we did not learn Alankar. This I did not know. So it is really important to have a mentor who can guide you in right way, in correct way. And for me, if you ask me, I will definitely suggest you Swasti ma'am because she was always there. Whether I had to talk to her regarding the academics which I was preparing along with her, or I had to take out my stress and talk to her and speak to her about that what issues I'm facing and then I'm not able to sit for my studies on regular basis. So it is really good that somebody is there who can listen to you and who can understand because you cannot go for these things to your family members because they are not aware of what you are going through for this preparation. So it is your mentor and mentor only who can hear, who can listen to you and who can actually listen to your all the shit. When you're tired and then you have so many things to speak on. So she was always there. At times I used to hesitate whether I should call or no. बट देन मैंने बोला ठीक है यार क्या होगा डांटेंगी वो भी सुन लेंगी तो
मगर मैंने डांटा नहीं
नहीं ऑफ कोर्स डांटा नहीं आपने बट वो मेरे बैक माइंड में होता था मैं आई एम कॉलिंग एट दिस टाइम आई डोंट नो व्हाट मैम विल थिंक चलो ठीक है बोलेंगी ना सुन लेंगे क्या है वो उनकी नहीं सुनेंगे तो किसकी सुनेंगे बट देन वो हुआ नहीं कभी एंड देन आई स्टिल रिमेम्बर द डे माय रिजल्ट वाज डिक्लेयर्ड इट वाज माय सन्स बर्थडे and we were going out and then I received a ma'am's message, how was your result? I left everything and then I was like, oh my god. And then my hands and legs both were chilled and then it was all, I was like, hey Prabhu, bas ho jaye. And then Swasti ma'am was out. I was messaging her, I want to talk to her. She said, I am out. I'll talk to you later. I said, no, I want to talk to you right now. Because I didn't want to give her this message on message that I have cleared my paper. And then I was behind her, no, I want to talk to you. And the moment she picked up my call, though she was not standing in front of me, मैं झुकी मैंने अपनी मेरे पास सामने जो जमीन थी मैंने उसको छुआ आई वाज टचिंग हर फीट और आई दिस वर मैं एग्जैक्टली क्लियर वर्ड्स मैम शत शत प्रणाम करती हूँ आपको बिकॉज आप थे आपने मुझे मेंटोर किया और मेरा इस बार सीटेड क्लियर हो गया मे बी पीपल who might watch this my interview on YouTube they might think कि अरे क्या है सीटेड क्लियर करने में but it was not easy for me and like me there are many other people for whom it might not be easy so for those I really advise you to do meet Swasti ma'am talk to her take her guidance take her mentorship and definitely you'll be benefit out of it. One last line which I would like to add on here about the sacrifices that I did for myself. Because I did that for myself, but then here my 5-year-old, he also did, because for 3 months, not even a single weekend, I took him out. He has managed with me, knowing that okay, Mama has to study, Mama has to prepare herself. So I would like to mention about him here. He also sacrificed his outings during his weekend with me.
That is your way
So
of
that's all.
thinking, which is true, maybe. But remember that as a child, he will remember the fact that my mother put in so much of time for her एग्जाम्स, और उसके सबकॉन्शियस में ये है कि एग्जाम्स इम्पोर्टेंट है, और देखो मेरी माँ ये सब करती है, एंड इट विल बी अ बेनिफिट टू हिम. सो यस, आई नो एज अ मदर दैट यू आर टॉकिंग दैट मैं उसको बाहर नहीं लेके गई और मैंने उसको टाइम नहीं दिया, बट आई टेक इट एज अ ब्लेसिंग कि उसने अपने माँ को स्ट्रगल करते देखा है, उसने देखा है कि एग्जाम्स इंपॉर्टेंट होते हैं, पढ़ाई इंपॉर्टेंट होती है, उसने तुम्हारी सिंसेरिटी देखी है, एंड संस्कार में ये उसको मिल जाएगा. सो थिंक ऑफ इट दैट वे.
I wish.
तो माइंडसेट चेंज करना पड़ता है इसने, और बिकॉज ही डिड नॉट से एनीथिंग अबाउट इट, इट मीन्स उसके दिमाग में ये चला गया है, एंड ही विल नाउ टेक इट, इट इज, he has learned now through example. आपको कभी बोलना नहीं पड़ेगा कि पढ़ाई करो पढ़ाई करो, उसने देखा है अपने माँ को करते हुए, वो खुद भी कर लेगा, देखना है. So thank you so much, Archana. Thank you for making time, and I wish you all the very best in life.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.